Yo, what's up? This is my YouTube page. Leave a comment, write a review, ask a question. I will write you back. A lot of the times, I will write you back. Welcome to my YouTube page. Boom. Welcome to the Iron Rapaport Stereo Podcast. My name is Michael Rapaport, a.k.a. the Gringo Mandingo, a.k.a. the Inflamed Ashkenazi, a.k.a. Mr. New York, a.k.a. the White Chocolatito, a.k.a. the Disruptive Warrior, and you're rocking with the very, very best. This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast with, boom, there he is. That's called a two-shot right there, boom. Deuce Pacino is in Sukasa. Deuce Collins, Deuce Cuddles.
Yeah, man.
Is in the place to be. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. I feel like we're in your living room. It's so cozy. I feel good. How do you feel?
Feeling really good. Feeling real safe, real sane. Feeling really, really good. I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. The last time we were here, we broke down the first half of 2022. We couldn't do it all in one episode because it's been too wacky, too wild, and too wonderful.
Right.
Those are the three W's.
Well, it's not all wonderful.
That's why I said wacky, wild,
wonderful.
Those are the three W's of 2022. And today, boom, single, we are breaking down the rest of 2022. The I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast year in review, the recap, the year in the rear view. Whatever it is, we're going from July, boom, all the way through the end. The highs, the lows, the thrills, the spills, the chills, all things 2022. And I've been in Los Angeles for a few days.
Feels like a lifetime.
What does that mean?
It's just not that I know it's only been a few days, but just it feels like you've been here for such a long time. It's just been a long, the days have been dragging out. I've been driving you a lot. Right. Been doing a lot of errands.
Right.
I know at one point you asked me to do your laundry. I said no, I wasn't going to do your laundry.
Now, why is that?
Because
if I'm staying in a hotel, and I'll be honest, I was going to do my laundry at the hotel, and I looked at the pricing. It was $12 a shirt, meaning a T-shirt.
Well, that's crazy.
So I was looking at $1,000 in laundry.
But you didn't offer to pay me anything for doing your laundry. It wasn't like, I'll give you $5 a shirt.
A little wash and fold.
But see, that's when we go from like your assistant, like I go from your assistant to then being, I don't want to be your, I don't want to be like doing your laundry. That doesn't have to be like I'm not like, do my laundry, scrub these underwear, homie. Because I don't want to go anywhere near your underwear.
That's not cellmate, but I'm just saying, I'm staying in a hotel. Why should I pay $1,000 on laundry when I could just drop it off for you? You could do a little wash and fold for Big Mike.
I could, okay. Well, you didn't put it like that, but I understand where you're coming from.
Because as soon as I start throwing up, you start talking, crazy about this, that, and then I simply said, the last few years before I left full-time New York, when we would drive around, you would wear a captain's hat.
I don't know where I did wear a captain's hat. I wore the captain's hat in New York.
With joy.
Yeah, I had it because it was something that I enjoyed. Like, you took the fun out of it. You sucked the fun out of it. I bought that captain's hat because I was like, oh, this is a cool hat. Like, I like this hat. I actually drove around sometimes on my own just being like, I like this hat. And then you started being like, put the captain's hat on. Every time you would get in the car, you'd be like, put the captain's hat on. And I'd be like, I don't want to wear the captain's hat. I have other hats. Do you like the Nike hat? I have an Adidas hat. I don't want to always have to wear the captain's hat because I feel like you're like, I don't know. I don't want to be like a servant to you. It feels very like servant-like.
It was never my idea.
And you didn't want to be in the front seat either. You were like, wear the captain's hat, and I'd like to sit in the back of the car like an Uber. I don't want to do it like that. You know what I mean? I want
but then I say to you, El Capitan, can you make a left? El Capitan, make a right.
And I said, I'm not El Capitan. My name is Dean. That's how we're friends. You don't have to call me El Capitan. I'm not Cappy. Okay? I'm not the captain. Nobody's the captain in this situation.
But if you have the captain's hat on, and you're driving,
right?
So I have the benefit of you driving, and you have the benefit of another grown man referring to you as El Capitan.
I guess it doesn't sound that bad,
Again,
hearing it back like that.
That's two things that
I'm
don't
leading
sound
the
that
ship.
bad.
Like I'm
right,
steering the ship.
Yeah, you're steering the ship. You're El Capitan. You're the captain. You have the captain's hat on.
Okay, well, buy me a captain's hat, man. I don't know where the captain's hat is. I mean, you want me to wear a captain's
gorgeous,
hat?
like a perfect fitting captain's hat.
It fit really
It was
well.
really good.
Thank you, man. Well, I'll find that. Maybe it's in storage. I don't know where it is, but
Anyway, I am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. We are here, have no fear, breaking down the rest of 2022 and some predictions, some thoughts, some hopes, some aspirations for 2023. As I said, the last I am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, a museum quality episode, we broke down all things January through June. So now let's pick it back up, going right back into July.
I don't even know what's going to happen because I can't remember what I ate for lunch yesterday.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Busted.
It's busted.
And you're not even on weed.
I'm just perpetually high, I guess. And I stopped smoking. I'm like 5 months in almost, but I don't remember. It's been a very fuzzy year to me.
Okay.
So this is going to be a surprise. We're in for a treat here.
At the top of July, the Gringo Mandingo, the inflamed Ashkenazi, really earned his name. The Sultan of Sniff earned his name. I wound up over 4th of July weekend on July 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, or maybe it was July 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, in the hospital with pneumonia.
Oh my God, I do remember that. That was in all seriousness, that was a scary time because I don't know a lot of people who have gotten pneumonia. Do you know a lot of people who've gotten pneumonia?
I've heard people that got pneumonia.
But you didn't know anything. You didn't really know about pneumonia before you got it.
I didn't know how to spell pneumonia before I got it.
Well, you didn't know how to say it on the last podcast. I think you were saying, what did you say?
Pneumonia.
It starts with a P. I mean, you'd think after having pneumonia.
You act like you are like a pillar of education.
I'm not. Believe me, I paid everybody in college to do my homework. I can't write an essay. I went to film school, okay? I'm not very bright.
So you're not a pillar of education.
I never said I was a pillar of education.
So just because you pronounce words better than me, you might pronounce a word that you don't even know what it means. So that's like it's a double entendre.
See, I will just like accept the fact that makes sense. I'm not sure if that works in that setting like that, but you did get pneumonia. It was very scary.
It sucked. It was scary. I'll be honest. Those first 2 days in the hospital, I was like, yo, this sucks. And it was scary. And I was like, I don't know I'm not walking around here with an oxygen tank at 52 years old.
No.
I couldn't breathe and all that stuff. They hopped me up on that good. Then I got on those steroids. And since then, we started the disruptive fitness movement. I got out of the hospital, and it was like, we're planking. We're doing squats.
Right.
We're doing jumping jacks. We're moving, we're grooving, and then you see the end result here.
Well, that's what's funny about it is like you have been so diligent.
You
with your
see the end result.
Well, that's where I want to cut. I want to like cut in there.
What's that?
No, I know you've been doing it every day, and it seems like you've been doing it for like
6 months.
6 months, right? Long time.
Consistently.
I'm so glad that you feel good. I think that's the most important thing is that you feel good.
You don't what?
I don't see a whole lot of difference. It's not a bad thing.
Do I look lean and mean?
You look lean. I'm not like I don't like you look fun, you look good.
You can see it through the shirt. Single, you see it through the shirt.
I don't know if
I'm
I
like
see
one
it
of
through the
those
shirt.
dudes.
No, you're not one of those dudes. You're not one of those dudes.
I'm that guy now.
You're not that guy. I can't see a try through the shirt. And I just want to I want to remind you.
Look.
You know, I was working out for 6 months too, and you made me feel like there were no results when I did the 6 months.
I don't think you ever worked out.
I did.
Consistently for 6 months.
Yes, I did.
6 months?
I did HIIT classes like 4 times a week, and you were like, "You look the same, homie. Give up workouts." And I just want to like throw that back at you and say, I haven't seen much improvement. I'm just glad mentally that you're feeling good.
I feel good. I've dropped weight.
You have dropped weight, no doubt about it. You have
people see me, they go, "Yo, you look good."
100%.
And you know what I say to them when they say I look good? I know.
I like that confidence, man.
I know. I know I look good, homie.
No, you do look good. Don't get me wrong. You do look good. I'm not seeing like the cuts and the gains and
cuts aren't going to happen. I've talked about it before. I was on steroids in the 90s.
You were on steroids in the 90s?
Did juice in the 90s. Did nothing for me.
Why did you get on it?
Because I was doing a movie.
And Okay.
And I got a little thicker, you know,
Right.
but I didn't, it wasn't like, yo, this dude's on steroids.
Right. No one could tell. That
Yeah, like, yo, you look like you're working out. You look good. You look thick.
You weren't on that, what's her name?
I was on that.
What's her name?
Oh,
Killer Sally?
That Killer, I wasn't on that Killer Sally.
You didn't get any of that.
No, but I mean, maybe I was on what she was on, but I was a light doses.
What's crazy about the pneumonia, though, by the way, is you were doing podcasts in person without knowing that you even had pneumonia. We did a podcast in New York, and you were like, my name is the Gringo Mandingo. You were like doing full podcasts, and you were like, I don't feel that great. I remember you telling me, you were like, I don't feel that great, and my throat's a little like dry, but it was not, we had no idea it was pneumonia.
No, but that's what you call a professional podcaster.
Absolutely, and you came back stronger than ever, and you do look great. I don't want to take that away from you, and you do 6-minute planks. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it once. You've never done that in person. I can only take your word for it. No one's actually seen the plank.
I posted it.
You post it and fast forward.
Who wants to sit there and
That's
watch
what
me
I'm
plank
saying,
for
though,
6
no
minutes?
No one's actually seen.
Okay,
Has
then I'll
anyone seen
post
it?
next time I'll post the full 6 minutes. And if anybody sits through the full 6 minutes of me planking, God bless
Put
you.
the timer behind you. I want the stopwatch.
God bless you.
Okay.
In July, we lost the great James Caan, Jimmy Caan, actor, great actor.
Misery, which I just saw recently again. I mean, I've seen it so many times, but The Godfather,
Thief, which we were talking about when we were talking about Emily the Criminal, Aubrey Plaza.
right? Brian's Song, and Elf. We're coming up on the holidays. I mean, Elf is a classic. Great actor, one of a kind, tough guy, tough Jewish actor, great image for Jewish men, fantastic chest hair, wasn't ashamed of his chest hair, didn't wax his chest like every single young man on every single reality TV show. And I think in real life, Yeah.
people are waxing their chests.
What's up with that? I mean, I don't need to wax my chest. I'm not a hairy guy.
I don't know what's up with
I had
it.
that. I wish I had that like Austin Powers chest, but he was on that Playboy too.
He was on that life. The late, great.
Did you work with him ever?
Never got to work with the late, great Jimmy Caan.
Damn.
Then I had a great trip to Nantucket where I got drugged on that Y2. What was it? That Y2K?
That Delta 8. Delta 8.
That Delta 8 had me in the... I'm never going to show it because it was pathetic.
Yeah, what?
I did my last rights video.
Your what?
It
was on that.
I did my last rights video. The only person I showed it to was my wife.
Oh, so you were like writing a will and everything.
I was like, yo.
This could be it.
I'm in a hotel. I can't believe I'm going out like this.
Wow. I'm not going out like this.
I ain't going out like this. I ain't going out like that. I ain't going out
like this.
The Great Cypress. So, and what was it? The W8?
The Delta 8.
Don't play with that Delta 8. It literally had me doing a last rights video. I thought it was coming to the end of it all.
Did you smoke it? How did you ingest it? Like, what
a couple of drops of that good Delta 8.
Oh, so it's like...
Had me twisted, had my wife twisted, but it had me, it had her messed up. Because first she was like, oh, you're exaggerating. And then it hit her. And I said, who's laughing now? Ha ha. Like, who?
Did she do her last rights too?
She didn't do her last rights, but we were in the bed. Like, it was like we were on a roller coaster. Like, help.
Oh, God.
Help.
It sounds like Requiem for a Dream or
it
something.
Was not
terrifying.
Fun. It wasn't dope. It wasn't fun. It wasn't cool. It wasn't fun.
It's set and setting, brother. If you were taking acid with me at Joshua Tree, under the stars, some good people, some snacks like nearby, you would have had a good time, brother.
Yeah, but if you're taking acid at Joshua Tree, you know you're taking acid at Joshua Tree.
Oh, so you didn't, but you didn't
I thought
know.
I didn't know what it was going to, I thought it was
so
like.
you didn't, so hold on.
I wasn't prepped.
Oh, how did it happen? It went in your drink?
No, well, we thought we got drugged.
Oh, so you didn't
But a friend of ours gave us some of it, but they didn't know how bad Delta 8 can hit somebody.
Got you. You wanted that rescue.
Yeah.
You were calling I think we're dead.
Mama.
You were calling out. I do that when I throw up sometimes. Like when I'm like a terrible hangover, I'm super drunk. I'll be on the toilet and I'll be yakking and I'll go, Mom.
Yeah.
Sometimes you start, it happens to me where I'm calling out for my mother.
Anyway, that was not cool. I don't rock with that Delta 8, Delta 7, Delta 11. I don't mess with. The only thing I'm on is Delta Airlines, and I'm thinking about never flying Delta Airlines again.
Yeah, because they suck too. Delta in general, just like anything Delta, horrible.
Delta sucks.
Delta really sucks.
Delta East Coast to West Coast ain't bad. Delta short flights sucks. And their internet sucks.
Yeah.
Their Wi-Fi sucks. Okay, what are you looking at?
No, okay. Take that up with Delta. Write a letter. What do you want me to do about it?
I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast joined iHeart, which we're currently at. We love that. There were
awesome.
heat waves all across the United States and in Europe. New York City was scorching hot during July. People were dropping like flies all over the country, all over the world. Joe Biden, Cadaver Joe Biden, in July caught the monster.
In July, for the first time.
Cadaver Joe Biden caught COVID-19 as the president of the United States. And listen, if Cadaver Joe Biden can catch COVID-19 and walk away, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Like if he could beat it, I could beat it.
I'm surprised it took him that long to get it. I mean, how did he not get it?
Did he get it before that?
I don't think so.
Cadaver Joe?
I feel
Do you like the nickname Cadaver Joe or Smokin' Joe?
Well, I think Smokin' Joe is more like, that's like a term of endearment. I think that's cool. It's like, oh, Smokin' Joe. It's almost like he's on the stickman list. And then when you say Cadaver Joe, I feel like that you're talking about someone who looks like they're a corpse.
Bingo.
That's insulting, I think, to some people. I wouldn't like go around like loosely saying that about anybody else, but Cadaver Joe, it does have a nice ring to it. I'm not going to lie. I think the nickname's, I like the nickname.
I love that nickname, Cadaver Joe.
Did you come up with Cadaver Joe?
I came up with Cadaver Joe all on my own. Then the young shooter, you, in July, you were on them ketamine drips. What were you doing that for?
Well,
why were you on ketamine drips?
I've been doing it just for anxiety and all sorts of like mental health. Like I've been tapering off of my antidepressants and all that. And whatever. I have a everyone knows. I think people know about my playlist, my ketamine infusion playlist. It's on Spotify.
I love that you said I have a playlist. Everyone knows of your playlist.
Well, let me just take my phone out really quick because the playlist right now
has how many followers?
I'm just going to tell you right now, ketamine infusion therapy is the Spotify playlist. I titled it a blend of instrumental, folk, and ambient.
You gave a description of it?
I said a blend of instrumental, folk, and ambient music to ease the mind and soothe the soul.
During a ketamine drip.
2,025 likes. So 2,000 people.
But wait, does it say da-da-da-da-da during a ketamine drip?
It's ketamine infusion therapy. So people, when they're on their drip and they're blindfolded and they're going into outer space, because that's literally, you're in outer space. You're like floating on a tiny little boat in the abyss. Like you are outside of your body. You've never done it. For people who have done it, you know what I'm talking about. But it's the last time I did it though, I thought I was going to die. Like you talk about that Delta 8. It was probably my 11th time doing it. And I literally thought I was going to die.
11 times you did that trip?
I thought I was going to die this time. And I haven't been back since that time.
So you're off that.
I'm off.
You're off that K.
I let people take the playlist and get the benefits from it, but I'm not there anymore.
Also in July, we lost the great Paul Sorvino.
That's such a shame. Goodfellas, Paulie Cicero from Goodfellas.
Paul.
He taught me how to slice garlic with a razor blade. That's how I do it. I don't even do it with a knife anymore.
And then unfortunately, we lost James Caan, Paul Sorvino, Ray Liotta, all in the same year.
And there's other people that we're missing.
But as far as these three iconic
pillars.
Tough guys, mob guys, they've all sort of been in that family of mob films, tough guy films, played those characters. It's a big loss.
Yeah.
It's a big loss. So RIP to those guys. That was just July. That was
all in July.
That was all in July.
Damn.
Everything we just did, honey.
That's crazy.
And that's just the highlights of the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, July.
Right.
In the rearview mirror?
Yeah.
Or in
what?
Is it the rearview mirror? The
Looking
year in review?
Oh, no, it's the year in review. And we figured that out. It's not the year end review. I think it's the year in review. Okay. Well, unfortunately, when you do a year in reviews, there's more people that pass. In August, the top of August, the great Bill Russell, icon, great person, great for social justice, a time and a place when the world was different. He was such a class act,
in Boston, playing for the Boston Celtics, dealing with while he was leading the Boston Celtics. This is how racist Boston was. Hopefully, I say was. I'm sure it's gotten better. While he was leading the Boston Celtics, his home got burglarized, and they defecated in his bed. They wrote terrible things. They tried to run him out of Boston while he was leading the Boston Celtics to championship after championship, simply because he was a black man. And he fought and he handled himself with class, and he's the winning player in NBA history. So unfortunately, the great Bill Russell passed in August. You started a relationship with a young lady in August, which is how many months old now? That's 5 months.
Almost 5 months. And what's crazy about that is it started out as a Tinder date. She reached out to me on Tinder. She said, I think you're cute and also hot, and I'd love to.
Somebody said to you, I could see cute. She said
she said hot. And I was like, I have to.
What does that mean, hot?
It means, I know you wouldn't know about it because no one said that. No one's ever said that to you, but someone said that to me, and that might have been like the only person that said that to me. So I knew I had to strike while the iron was hot.
No pun intended.
No pun intended, because she said, I think you're cute and also hot, and I'd love to meet up.
Wow.
And that happened, and I thought that it was going to be casual, and we were both going to get, just get drinks and have it casual, and we both really started like falling for each other, and the rest is history. It's been really nice. It's been like a really nice.
We're happy about that.
Thank you.
And also in August, you talked on the podcast about getting your toes sucked, which coincided with your ankle surgery.
Yes, man.
You had ankle surgery, which you want to go? I'll take a nap. Go on. Talk about the ankle.
No, we don't have to take a nap. I did have ankle surgery.
Because you had ankle surgery because you injured. Matter of fact, let's plug it in here.
No, let's talk about your broken pinky, because we all want to talk about your broken pinky.
Let's pop it in to the video of the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast.
How I broke my ankle?
Dean Collins, single here. Dean Collins broke his ankle skateboarding down a hill, thinking he was Tony Hawk, thinking he was on the X Games. And how many years ago was this? Single. How many years ago since you broke?
8 years. But shattered.
Why don't you introduce your video? Introduce your video.
Introduce the video?
Introduce your video.
Okay. The video you're about to see is me. I got a longboard. I had just gotten a GoPro for the first time. I went to Best Buy about 20 minutes before this video happened. I got the head strap around my head with the GoPro there. I was really excited. I got all the accessories. I got everything. Finally, I get on the skateboard, the longboard, and this is what happens. Roll the tape.
To me, Denisha. And we've been dealing with foot surgeries.
No. I've been dealing. Sorry, I've been dealing with it.
I liked it because I've been dealing with it too. Hearing about it, plates in the ankles, crutches.
I do, man.
Handicap parking spaces.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yes. Well, I've had plates and screws and all sorts of hardware in me.
And you did it to yourself.
I didn't say I didn't do it to myself. I know I did that. I did that to myself. But I finally got one of the things removed. And the only person that was really there throughout the whole thing was the girl that, or my girlfriend. I could say my girlfriend.
She was there at this part. We've been dealing with it for 7 years.
That is true, man. That is true. But it's been a good 7 years.
Your family, your mom, your dad, me, the listeners, everybody we've been dealing with. So she was the only one was there at that point because at a certain point, people they
wanted nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
But she took care of me. She was there. She was there while I got it snipped off the cast, but she did suck on my toes. I can't remember if she sucked on my toes. I was clean. I figured out a system to wash myself, but I think she might have sucked on my toes while I had the cast on, which was like, wow.
That's freaky deaky, homie.
And that's how you know that someone really likes you.
That's freaky deaky, homie.
It is freaky deaky, but it was something I'd never experienced. And I said, I'm not a foot guy. I'm not into like feet sucking. I'm not into sucking other women's feet, toes. I'm not into getting my toes sucked. But I will tell you, when you have a toe in someone else's mouth, it does something inside of you. You feel the feelings come up.
It ain't bad.
It ain't bad.
Alex Jones in August got caught lying in court for Sandy Hook, and he looked crazy on the stand. That was awesome.
Oh, those tapes are great.
Those tapes are great. Him in court is dope.
It is so satisfying to watch him like cowering. He is such a POS. The guy. Who doesn't? I mean, he deserves how much money did he lose from that? He is
this guy. Who cares? He's a clown.
Like that's evil.
Clown. Pig Donald Trump. His Mar-a-Lago home was raided, and Pig Dick Donald Trump. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yo, I got to tell you, that was fun because watching the Fox News people in particular, literally, like some of them had tears in their eyes. That was, if you never saw me go off in real time with the Fox News people on air, Dan Bongino, Sean Hannity, them, take a look at this. Boom.
God. Oh my, listen, I was gonna watch Below, on Monday nights, I watch Below Deck, okay? And full transparency, I snuck out and got myself some hard frozen yogurt, don't tell my wife, and I come back to see that they raided Dick Stain Donald Trump's house, and I don't turn on CNN, MSNBC, when the big things go down, go to Fox News and watch Trump derangement syndrome. This guy, crying. Dan Bongino, hysterically crying. Me, I'm just laughing. Oh, it's too good. And they're talking about they need to respect the former president. You get no respect, Pig Dick Donald Trump. 0.0 respect. Oh, it's just too good, man. All I wanted to do on a Monday was watch a little Bravo, go to sleep. I go to sleep early on Mondays. I'm going to be up all night. It's too good. They raided your crib, and they're talking about, oh, well, Hunter Biden this, Hunter. Don't worry about Hunter Biden. We know Hunter Biden's a crackhead. He put it all on video. You are a former president, Pig Dick Donald Trump, and they raided your house at Mar-a-Lago. They broke in a safe, okay? It's good. It's overdue. It's long overdue. You get no respect. But guys, I implore you to watch Fox News, watch Tucker Carlson, okay? Watch Sean Hannity, watch lousy Laura Ingraham, because these people are literally freaking out on live television. It's a glorious evening in the United States of America. Oh, say, can you see?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, that was good.
That was really good. But
That was great, man.
Thank you. I'll be honest. The problem with that and the Mar-a-Lago thing, I don't think this is going to stop him. He's announced that he's running in 2024. He hasn't been arrested. He ain't in jail. But for me, just the fact that we had that moment of those Jesse on Fox News, I think his name is Jesse Waters or Jesse Walters, just them like literally tremoring. Mm-hmm. It's the little things that count.
That's true. And you'll have no shortage of material come 2023 when he starts running. Let's just pray that...
Pray what? He's coming.
No, but I mean that he's not become the president again. That would, I mean, oh my God, that would send America into a tailspin.
Yeah, but...
Because everything has been horrible since 2016. I don't want to be a cynic, but since 2016, the world really has changed for the worse. We are so divided, and it sucks, man. It is really just, it sucks.
Something that the world is unified on is the love, respect, adoration for the great Serena Williams, who retired in July. She tried to do it, U.S. Open. She had that one match where she was doing it, but she's past her great moments, past her prime. Serena Williams, I love her. I literally, like, I used to love her the way I loved Rihanna, and then she got married, and she had a baby, and, you know, she became a family woman, so I stepped back.
I understand that.
But
you don't want to be a homewrecker, obviously.
No. And I met her husband, so it like humanized him. I met him at Runyon Canyon. And I'll tell you something. I met Serena Williams once. I've met her a few times over the years, but I saw her at Runyon Canyon.
Yeah. Was she just running up that mountain?
I thought, no, she was like, it's hard. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, if you think it's hard, like, what's going to happen to me? Because you're a beast.
Right.
Like, I don't even like.
She said it's hard.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
she had just had a baby, but still, you're still
Yeah.
Serena Williams.
Yeah.
Like anyway. She retired, and then that was a big loss for the sport. But she could have retired 5 years ago. She's so sick. Yo, I appreciate you watching. Leave a comment, write a review, ask a question, and I will do my best to get back to you. I appreciate you watching this on my YouTube page.